Good evening, Mel. How are you? Entertainment. Oh, okay. If you say so. Oh dear.
What did she say?
She said entertainment as in entertainment. Yeah, it's a bit cool now that rain's passed. The rain is gone. Da, da, da. Yeah, I saw little patches of purple flying in. Normally Mandurah doesn't get too much hail. I think we had it a couple of times, didn't we, when we were there? Mandurah is one of those funny spots. When this winter cold fronts come in, it builds up over Mandurah, and then usually Waroona cops it. I've been through Waroona a couple of times where they had tornadoes. So you get hit, but not normally with the bad storms. So did you see what I cooked for dinner, Mel? Lamb shanks. Whoa, yeah, I made something similar to lamb shanks tonight, but lamb shanks are yum. We're not actually having that tonight. I didn't tell a fib. We are going to have it, but tomorrow we had a friend from Germany turn up, and also our daughter came round. So we had like fashba, cheese, wine, nibblies, pickles, crackers. I made up some little spring rolls. But tomorrow is the big one. Oh, yum, red wine gravy sauce. Any onions in the gravy sauce? Because mine will actually have the onions that I put my spare ribs on top of the onions. And I'll turn that into a gravy tomorrow. Onion gravy. I'm being lazy and I just got some tiny little spuds. Well, not tiny, about an inch. And I'm roasting about 10 or 12 of them up. That's going to go with it. Make the gravy, pour it across the top. Yummo. Won't do a big video, I'll just show the dinner tomorrow night. But they're easy to cook, especially when you put a little bit of foil over the top of a dish. I had a bit of a taste, it is nice. Do you ever make like the with the gravy, add a bit of HP and a bit of Worcestershire? Do you do that? That makes it yum. But I do ribs all sorts of way. On the barbecue, smoked. But I do like them braised, because they just like a lamb shank. They fall off the bone. Hiss, I need some anger management. Welcome to Boyd's Anger Management. Good morning, VMAC. I see you've paid your money at the door. How can I help you today? Worcestershire sauce, them the nuts. Yummo. You seem to have a problem with people on Boyd, VMAC. Can you just tell me your problem? Lay down on the couch. Put the knives down. You're in good company. Anger management. It's a Boyd necessity, I think. She said that you said, and then you both said, and I don't believe you, and because I don't believe you, I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to get some YouTube lawyers, and we're going to sue you for every penny you haven't got, because we're shadow chasers. What we do is we fight with each other. We don't know each other, but we fight with each other because you said I said that I didn't say that. So what I'm going to do is sue you, and even though I don't know you, I'm going to take you for everything you've got, or maybe just win a bout on Boyd and literally not win anything. Hello, Jazz. It doesn't change, does it? It's just like a never-ending wrestling fight where just someone else gets in the ring and it's on again. There's always someone at each other's throat. Pretentious buggers screaming and shouting about how right they are. Duplessis Juror was still in Canada. Maybe they're being held for interrogation. I think that the man in the van asked for 2 cavity searches because they weren't thorough the first time round. 2 officers are missing. Luckily, they used leg ropes, so they may be able to retrieve them. You've got a mixture, haven't you, with anger on YouTube. You got the people who are angry for behaviour, and then you got the people that are just angry with each other for nefarious reasons, going back years and years of bickering, and they just let it die, then they let it rise up again, and then they let it die, and then another person joins that used to be an enemy of this one, now they're friends with this one, now they're both enemies with that one, who used to be a friend to both of them. I can just see, you know, those two with someone singing, "You will follow me wherever I go, la 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 la." Yes, I'm angry with you. Why? I don't know, but I'm angry. Can we call a truce? We can, but after we've called the truce, can we get angry with each other again? Of course we can. Sign here. Miserable bastards, whinging and carrying on like pork chops with no outcome. And it's like, why? I mean, I don't know about other formats, but do these people argue on other formats other than YouTube? Hello, Denny. Getting ready for work. Way to go. Just seems that they would argue anywhere. Takes you back to the story about two people, arguing about two flies on the wall, saying, well, I want to get to the top first. No, mine will. It's absurdity at its best.
I'm going to make a coffee.
It feels like about 11 degrees here.
I haven't got
Mel, I'm not sure where it is there with Jazz or yourself, but about 11. It's always a touch warmer in Mandurah. Always. We had a couple of rainbows here, actually, coming in from the northwest, which is right out there. And they were double rainbows, some of them. We had squalls today, like with your hail. We watched one roll just to the north of us, and it was rumbling and thumping and lightning, and we're in sunlight. One of those weird times of the year. All that cold air coming from the Antarctic. Yeah, so I don't know what happened, Stuart, because we're a day behind, or a day ahead of you, half a day. And there's always something that happened overnight, controversy, and it just never changes. Every day it's like news that's like just the same as the day before, but a bit different. Someone's angry with someone else. But you never know. Maybe one day. I think things are going to change on YouTube. I think the people that annoy me, Pinjarra had roof blown off by lightning. Yeah, I'd say just a bit further inland to Waroona, the storms build up after they hit the coast near Mandurah. Seen it many times. What's that tavern halfway between Mandurah and Pinjarra? You know the tavern I'm talking about on the river? I used to love going there. Great feed, good beer garden, and that's it, the Ravens, the wood, that's it. Bloody marvellous. Beautiful down there. Actually, where we live, at the back, where those lights are, I'll show you. Where those lights are, it's probably about 200 metres away. Just below those lights each year, they have fireworks. So it looks like there's fireworks in my backyard. It's unbelievable. A couple of the grandkids don't like it because it's too close for them. And the dogs don't like it at all. They all howl and carry around the neighbourhood. Yeah, every normally it's New Year's, or Australia Day is the big one they do. But huge fireworks. So we don't really have to go to the event because the event comes to us. Hello, Lollis. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Some dogs just go on and on all night. They hate the sound of fireworks. We might be taking a trip down to Mandurah soon, and we'll see if we can organise to catch up with you there. Even the Ravenswood sounds good to me. They're beaut countermills, they really are. I think for about $15 you get a big old feed. The Navy does the best can today. Fireworks. We have massive fireworks in Australia. I've seen the Sydney one, seen the Perth one, really good. Best viewing point in Perth is going up Kings Park. Yum Cha. You're into the Yum Cha, aren't you? Have they got Yum Cha in Mandurah, have they? You ever see the missus not really into that stuff, Mel? I would love it. So unless there's something that she can have. Have you ever drink of it? If I'm going to the Rover, I'm going to eat there, Mel. I love their schnitzels, steaks. Pinjarra Bakery's good, yeah. A lot of the old towns have got great bakeries. I wish I had YouTubers around in the 80s and 90s. We travelled all around the country. And some of the bakeries, I love their pies. You guys know what I'm talking about. Pies and sausage rolls out in the bush. And yeah, bit of a savoury connoisseur of pies around Australia. New bakers at Hall's Head. Yeah. What's land prices down like Mandurah? I mean, house prices, are they still down, are they? I looked there a while ago and the prices have fallen quite a lot. That would be no different round here. Not that we're selling. Yeah, I mean, if you're out in the normal suburbs, their prices have stayed fairly simple. It's the higher end houses that suffer badly. Like your $1 million Mandurah homes are down to 800, 700. Because no one's got any money to buy them. So where does Jazz live? You around the area too, are you, Jazz, by the sounds of it? Not that I need your address, it's not what I'm after. She mustn't be too far away if she's talking about visits. Collie, bloody cold down in Collie. Jesus! Freezing down in Collie. It's one of the coldest places I've ever went. I did some survey work down there years ago. Bloody freezing. You do have the trots though, don't you? I think Collie you still run the trots down there? Horse racing we're talking about. I remember going to that was pretty good in Collie. All the old country towns still have a few of the trot. I think Harvey has them. Pinjarra. Pinjarra's mainly horse racing, I think, now. Yeah. Collie is cold.
Oh, we're going down to visit Mel. When?
I said, we'll come down in the near future, and she said, Yum Cha. I said, I'll eat that, but I'm not sure about you eating Yum Cha. Mel, explain to me.
Yes, I know what it is, and I will eat it.
Okay.
Is Mel
And then she's teasing me by saying, because I talked about the Ravenswood, she said, oh no, we'll go to Yum Cha, but we'll go for a drink at the Ravenswood.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, if I'm going for a drink at the Ravenswood, I'm going to have a feed there.
I like that schnitzel.
Yeah, I just telling them that. She's beaut. Yeah, Collie. It's one of those towns that survives now on the mining, I guess, Jazz. I have a niece that works down that way. But the mining company never did really the right thing to Collie. They have their own quarters, you know what I mean, Jazz? They have their own living quarters, so they don't spend money in town, and they're not fly out, but it's one of those areas. Oh, I used to love going to the Speedway. Geraldton had a good Speedway at Winyanooka. Yeah, country pubs are good too. I don't think I've been to a bad country pub in Australia. There's always a friendly smile and a cold beer, and usually a good feed. Actually, it was funny when we got to Coolgardie, because this old pub was just ticking over, not making a lot of money. We got there about 8 o'clock at night, and I said, any chance of a feed? She said, oh, better be quick. So we ordered our feed, and then we found some accommodation. But it was good food, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Coolgardie. It's one of those old mining towns that just survives today. You buy some cheap houses. I mean, Collie's got some cheap houses, Jazz. We were looking at them recently thinking maybe we should buy a couple. Yeah, Speedway's cool. Used to get always used to have a good hamburger or a hot dog at the Speedway. Couple of beers. Watch a few people flip over. I've never seen anyone. I did a bit of Speedway myself, and I don't think I've seen any super serious. They do happen, don't get me wrong, but they're pretty well organised and good fun. And particularly young blokes getting there and a little rip. But the demos are the best. Let's be honest, girls. The demos are the best. Every man and his dog wants to be in a demolition derby. Yeah, Collie's one of those funny places. It gets pretty hot during summer, but it gets bloody cold. And they get the wind. Love the Gazanats. I don't even know what that is. Sounds like a medical condition, Jazz. Burnout, of course, yeah. Mind you, if you're on the wrong side of the wind, it's not a good spot, Jazz, is it? Country towns, we have a word in WA, as you girls know, clicky.
Oh, bat.
You can get very
It's a
clicky.
bat.
Oh yeah, you had a big
Did you
bat
see-
just fly over there.
See how big he was?
Yeah, it's huge. But some country towns can be very clicky. In other words, if you're not a local, takes only a couple of weeks and you might have a job in a country town and they still don't trust you. See you later, VMAC. Have a good one.
Oh, VMAC's busy again, is she?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You go to a certain town and with all the right intentions and you get some accommodation and after a while it's like you're not welcome because you're not local. And if you're not born there, you're not local. You can live in a country town for 50 years, but you weren't born there. So all the locals don't treat you as a local. No, you weren't born here. And there's always family names that feud with each other. That's all through WA. Different country towns have family feuds. It's usually over money or a marriage or some shit like that. But that's life. That's what people say. Probably one of the most underrated towns or cities in Western Australia is Mandurah. I mean, its potential is huge. As far as tourism, they don't do anything in Mandurah. The boats going up and down the river and bits and pieces, but it's not publicised, and they don't sort of build anything to make like a big, say, feature water park, massive one, or Venturelands. I think they just don't do it. So it's really a big regional arm of Perth, Mandurah, but it's a shame because it's beautiful weather most of the year. It doesn't get as cold as Perth, and it's easy enough to get around everywhere. But for some reason, it's never been promoted as a tourist spot, except for the locals having family in Perth who come down for the weekend. Which, again, you get to these country towns, a lot of people in country towns, when they see a tourist, they call them a terrorist. And that's also very much like WA. Hello, Sids. Did you watch my latest beef video, Sids? You'll have your drooling.
You did a good job on those things, Sids.
Yeah, those
Saw the
pasties
emails
look
and
really
the
good, mate.
Other meals you made.
Nothing like a good pasty. So what did you have for dinner, Mel? Or did you tell me? Oh, lamb shanks, of course you did. So, any leftovers? Lamb shanks, gravy, mashed potato. You have beans or carrots with it?
Oh, cottage pie.
Cottage
The lamb
pie.
shanks were last night, was it?
Cottage pie. Can't beat a cottage pie on a cold night. Hello, Lynn.
Seedlings.
I'm going to call Lynn the gardener.
No, she's Buttercup.
No, I'm calling her the gardener for now because she's always looking at seedlings.
She calls us seedlings. So you move the table and
Hello.
it starts to rain.
Getting a bit of a tinkle.
You just have to go inside.
But we're getting rain, which is good because we haven't had much of it all year. No, I think it's just a light shower by the look at it. Yeah, I mean, you can do so much with ribs though. Smoke them. Oh, you can have a quick look. I think they're pretty good. I had them on for about an hour. Yeah, just check them. As long as they're roasted. I'm roasting some spuds to go with the ribs tomorrow. Oh, I prefer Buttercup. Don't call me the gardener. All right, Buttercup. And the rain come down. Yes, baby backs are nice. I'll make a plum and chili honey coating on my baby backs. But with braising, I just make like I add the HP and add the Worcestershire. I don't put anything on the ribs when I'm braising. I do seal them, as you saw first, and man, they're just falling apart. That's like with your lamb shanks, Mel. You know, for presentation purposes, here it's about 10 degrees Celsius. But for presentation, you've got to get that lamb shank just so it's about to fall off the bone, but not falling off the bone. So you go chunk on the plate, so it just falls away. Leave it any longer, and it lamb shanks, yum. I take time cooking lamb shanks or even beef. Don't change it. Oh, you're going to change it to Buttercup, are you? Okay. Hey, most of the didgeridoos are bootlegs from Indonesia now. Not true in my state. We've got a lot of tribes that make them, sell them, but I'm sure it happens. Actually, there's a big mob in Sydney that just got busted selling fake Aboriginal art. And I've met many Aboriginal artists, mainly because most of them were in prison, but they're really good at what they do. But there's a company selling fake, in other words, bootleg, crap, Chinese shit, or Indonesian. But yeah, no, there's plenty of Ridgy-Didge stuff here still. Ridgy-Didge meaning good and honest. Actually, I'm going to make that a prize shortly. You remember seeing that book recently about Aussie slang converted into English for those who don't understand?
Well, I don't know if that book stands still there.
A lot of Aussie slang is used in conversation, but I try and not use it when I'm talking to people all around the world because it would just confuse you. You think I was a Blanc or a Drongo or a Buffhead, you know what I mean? It's truth. See what I mean? You wouldn't understand half the stuff if I started talking dialectically. Why anger management? Obviously there's a reason you said that, Lynn. Do you have a problem? You can talk to me, Lynn. There's no one else here but me and you. What seems to be your problem about YouTube and the people on board? Hmm?
Oh dear.
It's the old SP. Hello, SP. Anger management. There's lots of people on YouTube that need anger management in real life because they spread their venom online. Mad as a cut snake. Most of these people that argue with each other that they've never met. Hello, RV. My goal was to get 2 subs this month and I only got 1. The problem is, RV, if you got 2, one would probably unsubscribe. That's probably what happened. Don't worry about the subs. Just keep putting up your content. If it works, it works. I had someone buy me 200 Russian subs over a year ago. I contacted YouTube and told them that and asked them to remove them. Took them about 2 months, but they removed them. I said, I'm not interested in subs. There you go. One was yours and you used a fake account. I've only got one account. I can't be bothered doing any others. Look, I mean, I've been monetised for years. There's no big money, by the way. But the truth of the matter is, I won't be monetised in the near future. All the rules are going to change, and even though this sounds contradictory, I think it's a good thing. If you say put a limit of say 50,000 subs, and people aren't at that mark, but they're the people that are just, you know, begging for money, causing grief, and it makes them disappear, good. That's what I'm saying. I won't be monetised in the future because the standards will be too high for me, but I'll still make videos for fun. I hope I hit 140 by 2025. Well, that's a goal. You're right, Scarlett. It's got to the point that it doesn't matter what people are talking about, they're going to argue. And it's the same people. You could throw a net over a dozen people. You all probably know the people I'm talking about. Throw a net over them and they would argue about anything anyway. D-Mac stole your ice cream. Well, she ran out of the room. So you're not getting it back, Buggy. I have a pet dislike of people who are pretentious. That means for me someone who is, you just can't trust them for starters, and they're deceptive and misleading. So I don't like pretentious. I don't mind people being who they are. Mel's definitely a bogan. I bet you got Ugg boots on, haven't you, Mel? You've got Ugg boots on. Or slippers, I imagine. That sounds like a good idea. Newfoundland takes over Canada. Quebec first. Well, there's a difference there, Bucky. That's not pretentious, that's outrageous. Hello, Kathy. But you know what I'm saying, guys? You've got these people that will say all sorts of things. It's like ringing a bell. You know, ringing a bell. And they'll attract whoever to argue with. A lot of the channels I've seen, I don't go to a lot of them anymore, to be honest, are just conflict. The only substance or content on these channels is conflict. Nothing else. There's not a picture of a nice bird down the ocean or a video of a dog walking down. Nothing. It's just usually blank screens and people screaming at each other who they've never met. So it's just nonsense. You just took your Ugg boots off, yeah. I got mine on. I think that's probably more to the point, Scarlett, and I've always indicated that I truly believe what you see online is a reflection of their anger offline, or their frustrations, or their inequality, or they're just introvert in real life. Online to become superhuman, if you like, and do all sorts of crazy things. I just don't understand why people want to have the conflict. Look, I mean, if I had an argument, say with Bucky, we'd have an argument over and done with, whether he'd come back to me or I went to him, it'd be done, be finished. That's not how it works on YouTube. How it works is, it's like, this month you said that, so I'm going to do a video and telling you that that's a lie and blah, 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 blah. Then there's a respond video, then there's another video, then there's a video talking about the past conflicts, and then there's a video about the really, really distant past conflicts, just to keep it going.
I went to look for the pic, Mel, and I just realised.
What?
Mel's sending me a pitch later. Emily's got the tickets.
All right, we're off to the footy. We're going to watch Essendon play Fremantle in about 3 weeks' time. None of my teams, mine's the Eagles. But it's for me, all I can see, it's self-destructive. Everything that you hear and see with these conflicts, you know, you've got conflict and you've got either resolution. You can choose one or the other. No one's looking at resolution at all. It's conflict. And even if they would agree to disagree, there'd be another video saying, I didn't agree to disagree. That's a lie you told. It's just absurd. And it sounds cruel, but it's irrelevant people discussing irrelevant information. It has no relevance. Yeah, Freo's. You're talking about my Freo in West Australia? It is beautiful, actually. See you, RV. Hope you get another
CRV.
sub before the end of the year.
Yeah, me. I just subbed him.
There you go. If you're not subbed up to RV, do it now. Even if you unsub in a couple of days, just make him feel good now. Come on. What is there, 10 people in there? There's 10 extra subs for you, mate. See, what it is, I've worked out a long time ago, is that you've got to have independent thought. If I went to a channel and Scarlett said, I've got an argument with that person's channel that you go to, I'd say, Scarlett, tough titties. It's got nothing to do with me. And that's how it should be. It should be a case of your own discernment, and I think, yeah, I'll go there. Or, no, I don't want to go there anymore. Not be told to stay or go. Like Scarlett just said, picking sides. I mean, what are we, 12? I mean, you don't pick sides when you get old. You have a maturity that says, I'll work it out for myself. But it's predominantly anger. Did I miss something? Yeah, see, I told you wearing Ugg boots, you Bigfoot. Mel's a Bigfoot.
I like your pants.
She needs to go down to the forest outside Mandurah. Looks yum. But I don't understand people like that. I really don't. Yeah, it's like if all of us, everyone in this room right now, sat at a table and I made a dish and Mel made a dish and Sid's made a dish and Scarlett made a dish. We put it on the table and you're all given a card at the end of the night. None of them are going to match. Someone say, oh, Mel's was the best. No, Sid's was the best. And put it in order from 1 to 4. They'd all be different. Because we all have a different aspect and opinion. Based on taste, in this case.
Yeah,
but that's what life's like.
That's what they...
Life is like 4 dishes of food. You can choose to have one or not. You don't have to be told to eat your cottage pie. But like I say, I don't mind entertainment, but I don't like watching conflict for conflict's sake. If there was an argument that I agreed with and someone was being like a begging arsehole, yeah, I'm going to say a few things. But when it comes to things like nothingness and irrelevancy, I'm not interested.
Yes, it is easy.
What most of these people do that cause conflict will actually try and make you feel indignant. One side of the coin or the other. You know, like Bush, you're either for me or against me. It's a bit like that. Otherwise, they will make you feel indignant and angry, or you'll go, I agree. But they're forcing you to make, like, you know, you hear the words, don't you agree? Which is not giving you an option. Do you know what I mean? If you don't agree, well, I'll boot you. So conflict lies within those people that are angry with their lives, first of all. Now, that's the bit I don't understand, Sid. You know, if there's a conflict, normally there's a outcome, but people don't want outcomes or resolutions on YouTube. They just want the conflict. They just want 2 people arguing, and then they want sides, and then they want to cause wars, Boit wars. And what is the victory? There's no land to win. There's no money to win. There's nothing to win. And then you get people who keep bringing up the past. Oh, in 2012, you said this. there's plenty of things, Lynn, that can happen in life, let alone in their upbringing. Something tragic can happen in your life and make you sour and bitter. That's real. But is it really good to share that bitterness? What do you get out of it? You know, you're sharing your misery. Does that help you? Sometimes it does, believe it or not, because people sometimes are listening. And I've said it before, and I'm not having to go at anybody in particular, but you'll get someone come into the room, say Mr. Bloggs comes in the room and someone's mentioned something about, oh, someone got really sick last month. Well, Mr. Bloggs will say, I'm really sick and I've got no money and I'm doing it tough. And it's like watching a little cat. Remember the Shrek movie with the cat with the big eyes? And you go, oh, you poor little thing. And you hear people type, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things get better for you. And a lot of the time, it's not true at all. It's just an angle being used. Just to get a little bit of leverage, be it with attention, or be it that you get some sympathy go their way, or in some cases, money. Dare we bring that up?
Well, it's finished anyway.
What's that?
The game. Guess who won?
There you go.
No.
Who?
No, the game tonight.
Essendon won?
Yeah.
Wow, good.
Just at the very end.
I told her that they had to win tonight or they'd be gone.
By one goal at the very end.
Good stuff. Well, we love rain, we just don't get a lot of it. When we do get it, we bitch about it anyway, because it comes with the cold air from the Antarctic. But there is no solution, by the way. I'm not offering a solution. There is no solution to this conflict, because if you had the conflict removed, 50% of these people wouldn't be here. Hello, JP. And if that's what they want to do, I'll leave them to it. I just won't attend. Will I have a crack at e-beggars? You bet I will. That's our duty, to hold their feet to the fire. I've got no problem with that at all. But do I want to sit in a room with people arguing about each other about nothing important and irrelevancy? No. Pick a side. No, shove it up your arse. Not interested. But it just goes on and on. So actually it makes it easy for me. I probably visit a handful of channels now. I've got channels I watch, like interesting channels, documentaries and things like that. But as far as social channels, very limited.
Who was doing the party? Bucky.
Party. Oh, that's right. How did that go?
Bucky, how'd the party go? Yeah, true, Scarlett.
It's like I told Dave a couple of years ago, Dave the fisherman, I said, I'll come and watch your videos, as long as they're fishing videos. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure there's been no fishing videos. But when it comes down to shadow boxing, plastic gangster games, and I'm not interested.
Bucky said the party was good, loud and messy.
Yeah, teenage girls. Were there any fights? This is usually a fight, usually over a boy. I saw you look at him. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I've seen, well, you all of an age that you would have seen the fights at school between the girls. Fights with boys is usually thump, 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 done. Girls goes on for months. Well, that's good then, Bucky, because maybe they're just too busy with their mobile phones to bother fighting.
Excuse me, JP, where's my hello?
I think for you, he's got new interests
Yeah,
now.
it's got, yeah. Oh no, there's Mel's. Where's mine?
You get nothing now, he's just ignoring you. I think the difference though, Hammers, is that we were discussing things. We weren't
Thank you.
chasing shadows. And there were some good discussions, but when it turned to playtime, I just didn't want to play. I haven't been there for a very long time. I don't know, I think it was, my memory's pretty good, around about February or March of the year before. Well, I hope you had what we're having for dinner tomorrow night. JP, braised beef spare ribs, veg, roast potatoes. No, because you'll get something out of that sort of conversation, Bucky. We'll get ideas, which I love the idea that I can learn something off someone else. Even the simplest things that you think, oh, I didn't know that. But when the BS gets thick and there's no depth to the conversation, and I won't agree with anyone if I don't want to. You don't have to watch my vids, I'm just telling you what I had for dinner. Braised beef spare ribs.
No, you must watch the vids. You must.
No, you doesn't have to watch nothing.
Shut up! I'm just kidding. You must thumb it up. You must comment, and then hit the super chat button.
Yeah, no chance of that happening, because I don't put it up. If I ever did, and I'm not going to, use super chat, it would be to do things like, say, raise a few bucks for Tucker. But I don't have to do that. Other people can do that, and I would contribute. But thank you, Sid. You're very kind.
And cute.
And cute. But she's blaming me for putting on 20 pounds. That's not on. Yeah, that's right, JP. I was saying that just before you came in the room. It's a vicious circle of repetitive nonsense. You can lose weight. Losing weight's the easiest thing in the world to do. I lost 10 pounds on a week of soup.
No, we like food too much.
Yes, I like travel vids. Not watching your vids. It'll probably help if you don't watch my vids, Sid, because you won't have to see all the food. I'm just a cook. I'm not a chef. I've had several people say, oh, you must be a chef. No, not on your Nelly. I just like food.
Bread, yum.
But, I mean, I truly believe there are serious things in life you need to treat seriously. But 99% of the time, we always have a laugh. Me and my wife are always laughing about something. And friends come round, we have a bit of a laugh. We had a laugh tonight with a German friend. She's a lovely girl. How old's Susie? About 30?
Yeah.
Thank you, Scarlett. But we had fun tonight. So, like I say, there are things in life that cost you nothing, like friendships and just getting involved with people on a level that's just pleasant. You don't have to expect when you make a new friend that they've got to be there for you, because that's not a friend at all. That's your psychosis demanding they be there. It's like you'll meet new people in your life, but you generally, by my age, you've sort of got a bottle of friendships that you've got going, and then you'll have acquaintances. Not many, and I'm telling you, this is what I truly believe, you won't have any more than about 3 or 4 really close friends in your life. That's what I've worked out, and I'm pretty sure much of the same is for everybody. But I like the idea of exchanging ideas. Like I'm pretty good in the garden with growing stuff, and I'm okay in the kitchen. So I've got that to offer. There are other people that have got interesting stuff that I didn't know about. We do. That's the problem. You get all... life is irony. You actually work out the meaning of life just before you die. And you think, oh, geez, it's, as Monty Python would say. But I try and not treat life too seriously. I don't take what people tell me as gospel. I certainly won't believe something unless I've got my hands on it and I know that it's real, just because somebody tells me. So, but some people are not like that. I could tell a story here and someone would come in the room and say, Seeds is a 6'5" blue-eyed lesbian. It's a fact.
Well, it is.
Well, it is, but it's metaphoric, isn't it? It's not real. But they'd go away and there'd be videos being made. Seeds is a lesbian. He's a cross-dressing giant. Because they have nothing better to do. It's sad when you think about it. A lot of the conflict on here is people having far too much time on their hands that they could be spending far more interestingly on subject that they might like.
Have you put up the...
There you go. We'll use that one. Scarlet Seeds is only 4 foot tall.
Oh, yeah.
That makes my wife 2 foot tall.
Yes, dogs are awesome.
Fed 2 of the puppies around tonight, actually.
I was going to say, have you put that video up?
No, I haven't, of the puppies.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I actually might have deleted it trying to clean out a few of the caches.
I'll have to have a look then if it's in your
We can do
delete-
plenty more puppy videos.
If it's in your delete bucket. Folder.
Yes, dogs are unconditionally love you. I'm 5'2", you would tower over me. We'd need communications between you and I. We'd have to get like two-way radio. Sids? What, Sids? Have you got the kettle on? Yeah.
I'm 5'2".
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you have seen me stand next to Seed, so...
Not my fault I'm big. I should say tall. See, rumours will be happening now if I say big. I'm tall.
It's got big feet
JP's
too.
pretty tall. JP would be a good 6'2", 6'3". He's a pretty big bugger. You've got abs like a piano. Pole dances on the Gold Coast for a living.
Yep.
Works out, that boy. My grandmother was 4'9". I kid you not. 4'9". I used to see eye to her when I was only about 8.
Are you all wearing heels that day? Okay.
No, I wasn't wearing heels, mate. I was wearing sandals.
No, JP was. He said he was
Nah,
wearing
he's
heels.
a good 6'2". Single bloke. Online, anyway. Yeah, you know what I mean then, Sid. And they were all the same. I remember some relatives' homes through the Midlands, in old country in England. I would not get through the door. I had to bend down. I'd be a foot too tall. They're quite common. Especially around Yorkshire, you'd have doors that were only about 5'5" high. I'm 6'5". But every generation since my grandfathers have got taller and bigger. And that's all around the world. Which must be something to do, as some anthropologist said, it's to do with the conditions on the planet Earth. Well, you would have gone through the UK and some of those old places, JP.
Yeah, they in England. Yeah.
I just couldn't get into some of them. Like going up some of the tower steps. I literally had to squeeze through at Blarney Castle. I'm not kidding you. Shoulders were jammed up against the side and I'm pop my way out the top.
There's no warning before you walk up that castle.
They're meant to go that way because if intruders come up there, they make it very hard. You can spear the buggers and they can't get to you. All I can say is that the Normans must have been a very short race of people. But it's, like I say, the one thing that I hope can happen is that when YouTube does and this is the only resolution that can happen to a lot of this nonsense, is that these channels are looked into, and if they realise they're just there for conflict, YouTube can remove them. They're doing that on a fairly large scale now. They're demonetising a lot of people.
Yeah, well, that's,
which is okay in my eyes.
that's fine, but it's still got to make it a platform like people like us or me, whatever, who will never get to that point.
No.
But we like to go and watch videos and comment. They can't like get rid of us.
Yeah, Dutch are quite tall people, that's for sure. Mind you, you've got to keep their head above water, Bucky. All them dykes. Dutchland, if you want to call it that,
Dutchland.
is under sea level, most of it. But like I say, I hope that when YouTube kicks into gear and raises the subscription to a really high height, all those people that were only ever there for money disappear.
Yes, JP, Blarney is where we kiss
Not
the
many
stone.
Yeah, the Blarney Stone. But getting up the very tight ending stairway to get to the top level to kiss the Blarney Stone, I had to shove us. It was like being born again, is the best way to describe it. It was an effort, just because I was jammed in. I'm trying to twist
And what did I do?
Well, you went halfway up, halfway down again.
I didn't quite even get the first level and panicked.
Mm. The only way that I actually could pass you is that there was a little hollow window
Yeah.
that you went into and I could get past you. Other than that, you were going up otherwise, because I couldn't go backwards down there. Very slippery, a lot of those stairways.
Yeah, I love castles too. Oh, Bucky, don't disappoint me. There's no castles in Canada.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
check those spuds. You
I
ever,
turned them
you ever
off. They're
would?
done.
Oh, I'm going to go and check them anyway. Just set that up for yourself.
Yeah, I love castles. Keeps falling down.
Good?
Yeah, you should take it in and show them spuds.
No, they don't want to see potatoes.
I'm going to see your bum. There he goes. Yes, the castles were good. Well, I'll have to find something else to look at in Canada then, Bucky. There's no castles in Canada. So no castles at all. There he is. He's got a potato.
Roast spud, look at that. Mmm.
Oh my God, there's no castles in the States either. Damn, what am I going to do? No,
You don't worry about castles
I know, there's other
in the
things.
US because apparently there are kings there.
There's other things to look at. Kings. We have a couple, but they were built in the last 200 years. Okay. He's eating a potato.
Oh, good.
Did you notice that? He didn't bring me one.
You wouldn't eat it.
Didn't even bring me one.
Would you have eaten it?
Yeah, plantation homes. I'd like to. Yeah, I would probably. I
Okay,
don't
get
know.
one. See what I mean? See what I mean?
Shut up. Plantation homes. Yeah, I'd like to go look at those actually. Rocky Mountains. Yep. Yeah, I know, Jazz. He's rude, isn't he?
I know her well. She wouldn't have eaten it. And when I've offered to get her one now, they don't want
No,
one.
they want one.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of them plantation homes.
Yeah.
Go down by the river and hear the song being sung.
Let's go to,
Old
to the
man
haunted.
river,
Oh my God,
you
yes.
don't know nothing.
I'll go to the haunted
That
places.
old man river. Don't go nowhere, you just...
No, but some of the stately homes,
along.
they're still interesting to go in if you're allowed to go in and look at them. Like, we like museums, so I will still go look at that stuff.
Actually, my clothing wardrobe's a bit like a museum from the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Ghost stuff, yeah. We'll leave seeds at home. No, actually, he can be the camera. You can be
I
our
can be the
cameraman. Yeah, cameraman. And we'll take JP and he can carry the bags.
Well, what me and JP will do is leave the camera running. We'll go down the pub.
Yeah, scary stuff. Isn't it funny how you like scary stuff, but then when something happens, it scares shit out of you? Yeah, actually, that's a point. Go look at some plantation homes. That'd be interesting. Is there like many you can go in over the US and go look at, or?
Well, there's bound to be a few homes that have been converted into museums, if you like.
Well, yeah, they would be.
But they're like, I mean, JP might know what I'm talking about, but they're like the big old Queenslanders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Massive old Queenslanders.
Melrose Plantation, it's very haunted. Ooh. What am I doing now? Oh, you're going to, you can't concentrate while watching TV.
Who's that, Bucky?
No, JP, talk after the footy. Yeah, we saw that.
I don't know what footy match you're watching. There's
The
only one
Bomber
that we
and
had
the
on
Giant.
telly, and that's finished here.
Well, don't say anything because you're still watching.
I know, I'm not going to say nothing.
Where's Melrose Plantation, Sids? Oh, JP, you're going to come with us to the US and carry our bags.
I wouldn't. No way. Maybe we'll catch up with JP and go to Thailand. 'Cause that's a beautiful place to spend a week, have fun, kick back, relax. No worries, mate. Obviously, it's rugby you're talking about, not real football.
Oh, he's watching the talk after the footy bomber
Oh, righto.
game. Yeah,
Yep, I just got a warning.
controversial.
No, she's cool. She's got 20% left. That gives another 10 minutes. That's good. And then our friend Awesome should be arriving. She's probably in the studio now. The Awesome hooker door, 5 stars, makeup. I've seen a lot of movies with a lot of old southern plantation homes on them. Yeah, we are flying business. You'll just be on the back of the plane.
Savannah, Georgia. Oh, okay, Bucky. Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, old homes, mossy trees. Yeah, that'd be nice. See, some of the shows we've seen from America, like they always show out on the farms and all that, and the big homes, because you have quite big houses in America, don't you? And they always do look spooky.
They made in Louisiana. Down in Louisiana, they got big houses, and people who got no money live on the street and talk funny like this. That's what I'm saying.
Like just the way they show us in Australia, homes in America, they're massive 2-story houses, whatever, but they always say they're small, like they're only 2 rooms or 2 bedrooms or something. And I'm thinking, man, that house looks massive. It's
Trying
got
to
to be
work
more.
out with our extensions. Ours is 280 metres, about 3, 24. Ours is about 890 to 900 square feet. Now that would be considered a big home in the US, I think. Or I imagine so. 1,000 square feet home. But most Australian homes are decent sizes now. They're not small. The blocks of land they're on, however, are quite small. Which is a shame. It's like we could have subdivided here, but there's no way. We wanted a backyard. So all the grandkids can run amok.
Yes,
Yeah, my second house I built was verandas all round. That was nice, but it was in an area that was really hot. Where we live now, it gets hot, but not hot as long as it used to in the other place. So we've got a huge, big al fresco area, and we're going to build on from there. Like the outdoor area will be quite big when it's finished. With the JP Pavilion pool, the awesome hooker garden bed. But your house has got to be lived in, I've always believed. You know, with the amount of grandkids and kids that pop in all the time, our house will be lived in. There'd be no point in having a really big house if you had no one to stay over or no one visit, and you just got a big bloody house. But that's not going to be the case with us. But life is to be lived and enjoyed best you can. Yep, shit comes along every now and then, but that's life. Got to take, as my grandmother used to say, you got to take the shit with the sugar. That's how it comes. Served hot and fresh. That's the point, isn't it? So if you've got a big house, you got to have it, got it used. It's got to be like filled with people and fun and laughter and.
Yeah.
We could be happy in a small house. Don't get me wrong, but we couldn't fit all our mob in there. Yeah, you know what I mean. The grandkids come round. You get the same. I bet it happens the same with you. So you'll be all of a sudden cooking dinner just for the 2 of you. All of a sudden, there's 3 grandkids sleeping in the house, and one of the daughter comes over. It just fills up. So we needed a bigger house. We didn't want to knock this one down because we love it. It's a beautiful old cottage. But the additions we add on will complement it. But it'll be full.
So your block is 610 square metres.
Yeah, ours is only 800 square metres.
Slightly smaller than ours.
But blocks are getting a lot smaller than 600. My goodness. 200 and something are being sold now, or even less. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, cleaning is not my forte, but
A metre is 3.3 foot, or 3 foot 3 inches. So 200 square metres would be about 650.
well, Sid said
Square
hers is
feet. 2,000 square feet.
2.4.
So just drop that down, it's about 700, 600 metres. So it's a big house. It's a really big house.
Yeah.
Yeah. The house I built probably in the late 90s was 3.5 acres. And I used every inch of it. Looks like we can all go and stay at Sid's house
Yep.
on our US tour. Hundreds of people rocking up the gate in RVs and taxis. Beep, beep, beep. The comrade from ear to ear. Now the neighbour's probably, this one over to the right's probably about 60 feet away, and this one here next door is probably 30 feet. So we're not in each other's pocket, which is good. I couldn't live in a tight community housing system. I just couldn't do that. I put money to brick those Sids. You got a heap of verandas or porches going all around here, there, and everywhere. That's how a house expands. That's what we'll be doing here. You want another, like that lady's place, like 1 and 2, sort of go over the pool and down the back.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. It just takes time. Yeah, it'll be in bits and pieces, because we're doing some of the stuff ourselves as well, like putting the architrave, skirting, fixing the windows
what
up.
What takes the longest here is getting council approval.
Yeah, it's just paperwork here.
Yeah.
We even got 2 sheets drafted up of all the levels and all the house that's been extended and all the plans. And both neighbours got a copy to see if they wanted any objections, and they both said no problem at all. That helps you when you go to council in Australia, when they say, oh well, the neighbours are okay with it. But other than that, it's pretty much a red tape thing. Just a matter of time when they tick the box. And we're going to paint inside ourselves. So that'll take a few weeks. That's okay. Looking forward to the polished Jarrah floorboards. Be right back. Phone call. That'll be Boyd administration booking in 300 people to your house. When will it all be done? I think you would say around Christmas would be a best answer.
Because these builders we've got specialise in renovations and extensions on old houses. So...
Oh, the actual slab will go down pretty quickly, and then
Yeah.
you've got to wait a week or two for that to cure a bit.
But the big thing is waiting for the council to approve everything.
Things move pretty fast when you get a foundation down. It always looks weird. You look at a foundation, no matter what you put down, you think, geez, that looks small or it looks big. You just can't fathom it. But
We'll just get... damn, JP, we're going to get you over to paint. We'll just get... What's the name?
yeah, free meals and accommodation. Just all you do is paint for 24 hours a day.
We'll just get an Aussie shooter over to paint.
I don't take long to paint these days. Paint's a lot better than it was 20, 30 years ago. Get away with a good undercoat and a good surface coat. Good paint. Much quicker job. Yeah, cutting end's a pain in the arse, but normally it goes pretty smooth if you get one person doing the cutting and the other one rolling. Yeah, we use, well, yeah, drywall. I'll be getting all the ceiling, which is what you call drywall, done by professionals. But all the architraves and skirting boards and window sills, they're all things I'll be doing. Got a heap of work to do on the old windows that we got. Like they've got old paint on them and whatever, so it's a lot easier to put them in, build them into the building and then work on them than it is try and do it when they're loose, because you've got more chance of doing damage. I have had a 10% warning signal, so there's about 3 or 4 minutes and we're gone. All you'll see is the test pattern. Remember that in the old tellies? Test pattern comes up, little round ball of something. Anyway, we enjoyed tonight's conversation with you guys. I don't know how far away Awesome is from opening a chat. She may not.
She may not.
But I hope she does. And I thank you for coming in and all the huge donations that came forward tonight. Generally in mirth. Donations in humour and mirth, which we accept readily. So from me, it's good night.
Good night. Go the Swans. What do you mean go the Swans, JP?
Who are they playing this week, by the way? Hello, Sids.
You're back.
We're about to go. Who are the Swans playing, JP?
Was that a phone call? That was a phone call, Sid.
Gold Coast. Now you do it easy.
Everyone's
Too easy, that one.
Everyone's booking into your property, Sid.
Yes. I think we'll be using Velcro to sleep against the walls of Sid's place. There'll be too many of us. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.